Interface Video presents Fairfield Today. Brought to you by Fairfield Federal Savings and Loan, Fairfield Medical Center, Fairhope Hospice and Palliative Care, the Fairfield County Board of Developmental Disabilities, the Frankie Smith Funeral Home, and Ohio University Lancaster.
Hi, and welcome to Fairfield Today. I'm Temple Custer Montanez of the Fairfield County Board of Developmental Disabilities, and I'm very excited to be out and about today with a couple of my good new friends that I've made here. I am with Kathleen Uhl, who is with the Fairfield County Dog
Adoption Center and Shelter.
Dog Adoption Center and Shelter. Do people get confused about the title a lot?
Yeah, we actually just recently changed it from...
So I'm off the hook for that.
You're off the hook because it was originally just Fairfield County Dog Shelter, and then recently we've made the change around the beginning of this last year, a little bit before, to Fairfield County Dog Adoption Center and Shelter.
Okay, and I like that. I like that you're advocating the word adoption.
That's the point.
And part of the reason we're here today is because we are celebrating in the month of October two pretty important events in Fairfield County and nationwide, actually. The first is that it is National Employment Disability Awareness Month, the month of October. And this is an effort where we encourage the whole country, and specifically our town, to really look at the advantages of hiring or even allowing an intern in of an adult with a disabilities, and the awards can be great. And Kathleen's going to tell us a little bit about that. But in addition to that, it is also
National Adopt a Shelter Dog Month.
Okay, fantastic. So we have a lot to celebrate today. We were just joking that October seems to be a month of celebrating a lot of different things, but these are the two things that we're going to focus on today. And this gentleman right here to Kathleen's left is John Hamilton. John, welcome. It's nice to see you this morning.
Yep.
Okay, great. And John is with us today because he fulfills both roles. John has received services from Fairfield County Board of Developmental Disabilities, and he also has graduated from our Job Fusion program. For those of you who aren't aware, Fairfield County Board of DD does have the Job Fusion program, which helps individuals find their own personal genius and with that find employment throughout the community doing what it is that they want to do with their lives. And since May, John has been employed at the Fairfield County Shelter here, and Adoption Center.
Right.
Did I get that right? Okay. And so it's been a really a win-win for everybody involved. Kathleen, how has it been having John here?
It's been great having John here. He makes the atmosphere fun and light. He always has a joke ready or something nice to say. And, he's just a really hard worker and really benefits our organization and really benefits the dogs.
Was there any type of apprehension when you first thought about, well, what does this mean for us as employees and the responsibility of hiring an individual with a disability?
I think that whenever you're trying something new, there's always a certain level of apprehension involved in that. But when it came down to it, as soon as we met John and did an interview with him and spoke with him, most of those doubts, they just went away because he made it very clear that he's a hard worker. We weren't going to have to supervise him a whole lot, that he'd be motivated and things like that. And so, it's been a great experience.
I'm glad to hear that. And one thing that's been very important in the campaign of Disability Employment Awareness Month is that the title this year really focuses on a disability being only one part of who somebody is. And I've always said, I myself have a few disabilities. They may not be obvious. And I think we all know what our strengths and what our weaknesses are. And those are all things that we take into account when we look for a career or a job in the community. So I think that it's very poignant to hear you say that those initial apprehensions go by the wayside fairly quickly. Okay, John, it's your turn. I want to hear from you. How's it been the last couple months getting adjusted to having a job?
Well, it feels good having a job. I making money and doing stuff and working. Ain't being lazy all day, doing nothing. So kind of happy looking job in dog shelter. Yeah. All the coworkers are nice back here. Sometimes Jessie, if I ask me anything to do, I ask Jessie to do it. She tells me it's enough job to do, and I do it, and I got coworkers back here.
Well, and John, you've been very well received, because I have to say the reason that we're out here today is that we had received a really nice letter from your superior complimenting you on your work ethic and how wonderful it's been to have you here at the Fairfield County Dog Shelter and Adoption Center. So with that, we are going to get inside and see some animals and see what it is that John does day to day.
Great. Sounds good.
We'll be right back. And welcome back to Fairfield Today. I am your host, Temple Custer Montanez, and I am with the Fairfield County Board of Developmental Disabilities. But today, I have the rare treat of being inside the inner workings of the Fairfield County Dog Adoption Shelter. Did I get that right? Center and Shelter. Okay, by the end of the program, I'm going to have this correct. They just had a name change, so I'm not entirely at fault. With me today is Kathleen Ull, who works here, and also John Hamilton, who works here as well. John is a graduate of our Job Fusion program and has been employed here amongst the canines in the county since May, and is doing a fantastic job. I also want to mention that October is the National Employment Disability Awareness Month campaign that is going on. And in addition to that, it is also National
Adopt a Shelter Dog Month.
Adopt a Shelter Dog Month. And so we're celebrating both of those today. Now, regardless of what time you may be watching this, we are filming this in the morning. And John has been here since 8 o'clock this morning, because that's when his duties start. John, tell me what a typical day looks like for you. What do you do when you first get to work?
Well, we have a meeting. I go back there and I pick up poop in the morning. Help Asher pick up poop. And then after
That's a reality with any type of pet care. We all know.
then I squeeze you out the kennels and I put the towels over the cages back there. Then I help Jesse in the morning, get the bowls done, give the dogs watered, and keep going on and get stuff done.
Yeah. And now Kathleen tells me also that they really rely on you to help maintain the safety and the sanitation of the entire facility. What do you do to help in those areas?
I help with somebody. If Jesse needs help, I go ask Jesse and ask Jesse if he needs help, and help Jesse do some stuff back to help Jesse out.
Okay. And what other things does he do to really help ensure safety standards?
So some of the things that John does and focuses on is disinfecting. So he'll disinfect the length of our hoses. He'll disinfect our squeegees, our tools that we use back there. He'll disinfect our garages and all the walkways and things like that. He'll wipe down walls. He actually disinfects all of these chairs in the lobby for public safety as well. So he does a lot of our sanitation type work that keeps everybody healthy, the dogs and humans both.
That's great. That's great. And typically, how many dogs do you have on premises at one time?
It can be anywhere between 30 and 40 dogs, just depends. Right now, I believe we're at 39 dogs. That's pretty standard, is right in the mid to upper 30s.
Right. Now, obviously, the ultimate goal is to always have the dogs adopted out to a perfect fitting family where it's a good fit for both parties involved. Is that hard for you, John? Do you get attached to the animals and then they get adopted and you sort of get attached to one or two? Maybe you miss them sometimes?
Yeah, it has one black and white put back there. I got attached to it and it got adopted out. Yeah. And then, it's hard when you get attached to a dog and it's adopted out.
Yeah. Happy endings are sometimes bittersweet, I'm sure, around here. Well, we're going to take a peek around inside and let you show us exactly what it is that you do to ensure the health and safety of all the dogs. 39 dogs currently here that are in need of loving homes. So what is the process?
We have a application document. And what we're looking for really is just a standard of care. So if you already have animals, we just want to make sure that they're up to date so that when you're bringing a new animal in, that your animals are safe health-wise, as well as the animal coming into the home. So if you have animals, they have to be up to date on their shots and things. If you don't have animals, then we really just require that you set up a vet appointment, an aftercare plan for after adoption. And then if you rent rather than owning your home, we just have to make sure you have landlord approval, because we get a lot of returns based on, before we were getting a lot of returns based on landlord disapproval, because people would get a dog without really asking. So we just want to make sure that that's all okay before we allow the dog to leave.
Well, that's fantastic. And so in addition to maintaining healthy standards and sanitary standards here, you're also ensuring the future welfare of the animal. Okay, you ready to show us what you do? Yeah. Okay, we'll be right back. Hi, and welcome back to Fairfield Today. I am Temple Custer Montanez with the Fairfield County Board of Developmental Disabilities. And I probably don't have to tell you where I am right now, but I am with Kathleen Ohl and also John Hamilton. Hi, how are you?
Good.
Good, real good. Okay. And we are going to do a quick tour today through the Fairfield County. I messed it up again. The Fairfield County Adoption Center and Shelter. Did I get it right?
Close enough.
All right, perfect. Okay. And obviously this area back here is where the animals that are waiting to be adopted are housed, and they've got pretty good accommodations here, Kathleen.
Yeah, it's not too shabby. They've got a temperature-controlled area where they get heat or cool depending on the season, and that's also where they get fed and watered. And then here on this other side is the viewing area, so basically where the public can come and see them in order to see if they're interested in adopting. And they've got their nice little bed cot and things like that, and they can look cute and try to be like, adopt me.
Yeah, right. Well, and I notice here, John, that up here you have the name of the animal, the sex of the animal, how old they are approximately. Does that vary? Do you see all different ages of dogs here?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then also a little bit more about their behavior or their likes, what would make them, what they would need to be adaptable to a family at home. Now, John, you told me before that you do get a little attached sometimes to some of these animals.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. Do you have any animals at home?
I got 5 at home, 5 dogs.
Oh, my goodness. So this is nothing for you.
I got 5 dogs, 2 bunny rabbits, and 2 cats.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, that makes for a good caretaker. John is a graduate of Fairfield County Board of Developmental Disabilities Job Fusion Program and has been employed here and since May. Is that correct? And he's been showing us this morning some of the interesting things that he does. And, we really appreciate being able to have the opportunity to come in here and take a quick peek. So thank you for that.
Yep.
And we're going to talk a little bit more with another one of John's supervisors when we get back. But in the meantime, Kathleen, with National Adoption Dog Month, what's your overall message that you want people to know?
With Adopt a Shelter Dog Month, the overall message is just to remember that your local shelters have wonderful dogs that have a lot to give and they just need a second chance. So, remember to visit your shelters and adopt. If you're looking for a new family pet, that this is the place to come, and that there's a lot of really great, wonderful dogs here just needing a new home.
I think one thing that's really poignant about doing this segment here today is that, what we're asking of you in the community is to give everybody a chance, whether it's a shelter dog, whether it's an individual with a disability. Everybody deserves that chance. Everybody deserves an opportunity to prove themselves, and everybody deserves to be loved. So I think it's a great reason for us to all come together today. All right, we'll be right back. And welcome back to Fairfield Today. I'm Temple Custer Montanez with Fairfield County Board of Developmental Disabilities. But today I am at, okay, ready? I'm going to get this right. The Fairfield County Dog Adoption Center and Shelter. Did I do it? Okay, fantastic. With me is Kathleen Ohl, who, what is your official title here, Kathleen?
The Operations and Community Outreach Coordinator.
Okay, fantastic. And employee extraordinaire, John Hamilton. Good morning, John.
Good morning to you, too.
Okay. John's been giving us a little bit of a tour today because we are here primarily that it is National Employment Disability Awareness Month. And in addition to that, it is National Adopt a Shelter Dog Month. Did I get that one right, too? All right. By the time this show's over, I'm going to have everything nailed down perfectly. And John is showing us a little bit today about some of the opportunities that he has been given here to help out with the stray dog situation and the adoptable dog situation in Fairfield County. And how many dogs do you have here currently, John?
39.
39 dogs. Okay, so that's a lot of work. I have one child at home sometimes too, but 39 dogs is a lot to take care of. What are your responsibilities here?
Usually I do a walkthrough. Sometimes I do a walkthrough. And then sometimes I do the dog food. The bucket's filled. I fill dog food back up sometimes.
But that takes a lot of, but you guys go through a lot of dog food.
Everything behind you is...
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that's impressive. That you must...
In all of our bins, as we empty them, we take them out. So.
Oh my gosh.
So we fill them with new.
So you must be, pretty cut to be handling all that dog food every day, all day long, John. And what about here? What's behind you? What are these? Are these all dog bowls?
Yeah, they're all dog bowls. Usually I disinfected them. I clean them and disinfected them, and sometimes I take them outside to the dogs, and I put clean bowls inside dogs' kennels sometimes. And I come back disinfecting them, and then in the morning, usually.
Then they're all ready to go, nice and clean. Yeah, 39 dogs, that's a lot to take care of. So how many times a day does this little operation take place, the feeding and the watering of dogs?
The watering is constant. The initial water happens in the morning, and then we make sure that they're all topped off before we leave at night. And then they all get fed once a day at 4 p.m. That's something we just switched to. We're working on it. We're trying to decide what's best for the dogs as far as whether it's break it up and feed them 2 times a day, which is what we were doing, or 1 time a day, and that's just something we're working on. So far, the dogs, it hasn't really seemed to make a difference to do it at once a day in the evening, so.
Now, John, you told me that the reason that you got even interested in coming out to work out here after you graduated from your Job Fusion program was because you actually volunteered at the Humane Society. Is that correct?
Yeah, I volunteered at the Humane Society to high school, and I asked it was a Snoke, my case manager, if I could get a job working at a dog shelter. And then Lexus, my job coach, ain't here right now, she found a job at Rockmill. So I started working at Rockmill and getting hours. So I asked my case manager, could I get another job? And she found a dog shelter. I was hiring, so I came work at dog shelter.
And the rest is history, right? Okay, fantastic. Well, we're going to hear from one more employee, and we'll be right back. Thank you. And welcome back to Fairfield Today. I am your host, Temple Custer Montanez, and I am from the Fairfield County Board of Developmental Disabilities. But today, I am celebrating National Dog Shelter Awareness Adoption Month. That's not even close. Adopt a dog from a shelter. That's what this month is all about. In addition to that, it's also National Employment Disability Awareness Month, where nationwide we are encouraging local businesses to give people a chance and try their hand at whatever might be their own personal genius in employing an adult with a disability. With me today is Jeremy Grant, and you are the field coordinator and deputy dog warden.
Yes.
Okay, see, I got that right. And Jeremy is also a very important person to the other gentleman standing here with me, John Hamilton, who's been employed here since May. And how's he doing?
John's doing a really good job. He's been doing a good job since he's been here. So he's definitely a valuable asset to the organization. So.
That's good to hear. Now, he's been telling me that he, is pretty much responsible for the health and safety and sanitation of the area. Is that correct?
Yeah, John takes care of feeding or watering our animals, also sanitizing our walkways and so forth to help prevent disease and anything like that from staying around as well. So,
and
doing good.
That's good. We always like to hear about success stories. And I know that, politically correct or not, that there are people out there that might be a little apprehensive about employing an individual with a disability. Kathleen and I talked about that earlier. Is that something that you would tell people to not be afraid of?
Yeah, I mean, everyone has their strengths and weaknesses no matter what. So all they need is the right person to help motivate them and get them to where they need to be, and they can be a valuable asset no matter where they are.
Well, we are certainly grateful for the opportunity that has been given to John, and we're even more excited to report that John is an excellent hire and an excellent employee. And then I wanted to encourage people in the community to stop out and find out a little bit more about what goes on out here. Is there anything that you would like to say to people about considering adopting a dog?
Just that, we have a wide variety of dogs. Our county is a wonderful county to live in, and any dog that we have is a good dog. So come on down and check us out and come grab a few of them, all of them if you want. Just stop on in.
And at the very least, come say hi to this terrific crew that's down here, and especially John. I am your host, Temple Custer Montanez, and it's been a pleasure being with you. Make it a good day.
Interface Video presents Fairfield Today. Brought to you by Fairfield Federal Savings and Loan, Fairfield Medical Center, Fairhope Hospice and Palliative Care, the Fairfield County Board of Developmental Disabilities, the Frankie Smith Funeral Home, and Ohio University Lancaster.